I'm ready, I rest with you heavy. I don't like FaceTime, but I'm always in your face on your phone line. We be rocking from the morning to the nighttime.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl T, and I am back with another video. We are going to talk about double standards today, double standards as it relates to relationships, situationships, and why double standards suck. Like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I need y'all to like, comment, and definitely subscribe. Don't be watching this video if you're not subscribed. Please, please, please subscribe. And don't be afraid to comment, especially if something in this video resonated with you and there's something that you've experienced in relationships and situationships, whatever. And I'm not married, so I can't speak on married couples. I can definitely speak on how I would like to be when I do get married, but for the most part, I'm speaking just on situationships and why certain things are important and why double standards are a no. First things first, situationships are generally defined as two people who have a mutual affection towards one another and they are not official. Meaning, they're not officially a couple. They are not officially an item. They just be kicking it and they be getting physical and they be doing all this stuff, but they not together. And that is a problem. Why is not having a title, why is that a problem? It's a problem because when people do not have titles to define a situation, then it leaves room for interpretation. It allows the other party to, or it allows both parties really and truthfully to move and come and go as they please. But generally, women are not really flattery like that unless they just for the streets. And if they for the streets, you already knew they was for the streets. But generally, if a woman is wanting to commit to you and she's trying to get you to commit, and the man is being not committal and he wants to just be like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship right now. I'm just going with the flow. Let's just chill. Let's wait a minute. Let's see where this goes. And if a guy is telling you to let's see where it goes, then you need to go the other direction. Because a man generally knows what he wants. Men usually like to chase, but they also generally know when they want something. And if they're not sure about it, 9 times out of 10, they're not sure about you. And you might see them 6 months down the line in a relationship with somebody else. And that's because they weren't sure that they wanted to be with you. And don't get mad about it. Just let it be like, okay, you know what? That was a closed door. That was blocked for a reason. Like, thank you that I did not go that direction, because you don't know what was ahead that could have like harmed you or caused you trauma or whatever. So just be thankful when somebody chooses to go the opposite direction. Be thankful when somebody blocks you. Be thankful when somebody rejects you, because you don't know what they had up their sleeve or you don't know what you would have encountered down the line. But it is time to define those relationships. It's time to define those situationships, and it's time to exit stage left if the party can't give you like a set answer. If they can't tell you what it is that they want from you, but they know that they want you in their life and they want to be kicking it and they want to be doing this and they want to be doing that. Like, you ain't got time for that. Clock is ticking. You're getting older. And here's the thing. Like, I know people be like, I'm getting older, I'm getting wiser, time is ticking, I want kids, I want this, I want that. Everything happens in its own season at the time that it's supposed to happen. So you can try to rush things all you want, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will happen. Things happen when they're supposed to happen. I don't care if you're 40. I don't care if you're 50. It's people that have babies at 60. Not to say that that's you, but I'm just saying, like, you can't rush what's meant to happen. Things happen when they're supposed to. And you can't rush good things. Good things take time. Good things are worth waiting for. I could go on. Like, there's so many quotes about good things.
Oh my God.
And good things are not rushed. It's not microwave. Like, Food in the oven is way better than food in the microwave. Y'all already know this. Like, just wait. And then on top of that, like, sometimes you can meet the right man at the wrong time or the right woman at the wrong time, and you cannot be ready, and then you have space, and then y'all can come back together, or just a matter of waiting. But it's just like, in the meantime, when you're involved with somebody, you have to have clear, defined boundaries of what the relationship is about. So relationships do need titles, and they need titles because you have to be able to define those boundaries. Because generally speaking, in relationships without boundaries or without titles, you can't really question things. You can't really have expectations of certain things. Even if you see this person every day or talk to this person on the phone every single day, you really can't have expectations. You would think that they wouldn't do you a certain way because of the relationship or the friendship that y'all have built. But trust and believe, if it's something else on the outside that's more important to them or they deem more important at that time, they will show their true colors, and you will see them do you the way that you didn't expect for them to do you. And that's when it's going to hurt, and that's when you start becoming guarded and you back up and you feel triggered or just hurt. And a hurt animal or a hurt person, they're going to clam up, they're going to go back in, like, they're going to retreat, and they don't want to be bothered. And that's me. Like, you hurt my feelings, I'm cool. Like I don't want to talk, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Like, I'm cool. Like, you can keep it moving. But I feel like as adults, we should be able to have those hard conversations. We should be able to have those conversations about, this is how I'm feeling, this is how I feel about you, this is what I expected from you, and this is what I did not get from you, and this is what happened. And now I feel this type of way. Like, this is how I feel. Like, I'm cool on you right now. And I might be cool on you forever. But I feel like as adults, you should be able to have those mature conversations. That's just what I'm saying. And then two, I feel like when women don't fully know their value or their worth, it's easy to get wrapped up in games. And some men don't know their worth either. Like, some men settle just as much as, I feel like men settle a lot more than women. I feel like it could even be equal, but I definitely see men in relationships that are like this, and you're like, why are you with that woman? And it's not even about looks, it's about value, and it's about the type of man and the value that he possesses, and the type of woman that he's dealing with. And it's like, and this goes for both men and women, but I feel like a lot of times you have this individual that's here, let's say this is the medium, and then you have the other individual is here, and they have, and when I say here, I'm talking in terms of mindset, and talking in terms of where they are, how they think, and where they're headed, and determination and drive and attitude and those types of things. And it's not physical. I'm talking nothing physical. And a lot of times guys gravitate, women too, and they call it like the hero syndrome or the savior syndrome. And you feel like you want to save somebody, so you do this. And what happens when you're here and this person is here and you do this? Are y'all elevating? Are you bringing this person up, or is this person bringing you down? Versus you meeting somebody that's here and y'all both have, y'all both bring a balance, and y'all both bring similar mindsets and similar goals and things that you want to accomplish. And then y'all start doing like this. You literally start escalating together. You start elevating together. And men typically settle for this. And then they get drugged down. Like, I've seen it time and time and time again. Women, we do the same thing. We get drugged down time and time again. Or we lose control and we lose sight of ourselves because we get with somebody. This is us getting with somebody that's here. And we see all this potential and how things could be. And if they did this, and if they change this, and if we could help them, and they got good skills over here and good skills over here, we can help them bring their stuff up. And then we start doing this. And it's just like, how often do we lose ourselves because of trying to save somebody else? How often do we miss out on great, amazing things and good opportunities because we want to be with what's familiar, or we want to save somebody, or we want to make sure that this person is well off or has a good life or is taken care of, all the while we're not getting the full benefit. Like, we're self-sacrificing, and that's not okay. It's not okay to sacrifice yourself if you're not 100%. It's one thing if you've built yourself up to the point where you have the ability to go back and help other people. But you can't help somebody if you haven't fully helped yourself. You can't help somebody if you don't know who you are. You can't help somebody if you don't know what your worth is. Because when you don't know what your worth, it gives the other people an opportunity to tell you what your worth is, and tell you what your value is, and tell you what you can accept or not accept, and what's good for you and what's not. So I definitely feel like when it comes to relationships, women, men, all of us, it's extremely important to know what your worth is. It's extremely important to pay attention to the signs and not just hear what this individual is saying. It's important to watch actions and how these actions align with words. And how long do you have to wait? Are you waiting? And that's the thing, like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What one can do, another can do. Two can play that game. I'm matching energy. There's so many things that people can do to level the playing field. A lot of times we don't level the playing field, though. We give people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chance after chance after chance. And a person could ignore, as a woman, a person could ignore us for weeks or months or years, or could completely ghost us and block us, and then come back and be like, you know what, I'm sorry. Like, and we'll hear them out. Let that have been a woman do that to a man. They don't want to hear it. You will be every name in the book. You will, you can't do me like that. Like, but it's okay for them to do you like that. It's okay for them to not take your phone calls. It's okay for them to have been busy. It's okay for them to have other obligations. It's okay for them to not tell you about their homegirls. It's okay for them to not do a whole lot of stuff. But let us do it. Then we're for the streets. Or we are, I knew you went. Like, what?
Like what? And you
Did a whole laundry list of stuff the week before that I forgave you for. And this is what happens, I feel like, when situations are not clearly defined. Anytime feelings get involved, it's going to be a problem when one of the people do something that the other person doesn't approve of. And for me, I feel like if I'm single and I'm dating and you haven't put a ring on it, we haven't established a title, what you want me to do? You want me to be your queen. You want me to cater to you. You want me to do X, Y, and Z. I've been there. I've done that. And it's sad to say. I saw a meme today. I'm going to have to post it here. I'm gonna post it. The meme was like, I want to apologize to my younger self for the stuff that I put my younger self through. And because you didn't know fully your worth, because you didn't know certain things, and now as I get older, I owe it to my younger self and my current self to not deal with bullcrap, to not deal with inconsistencies. Inconsistencies are a mug. And it's just like, guys, the best thing that you can do is have a conversation. That is the best thing that you can do, is have a conversation. Don't ghost me. Don't block me. Tell me what I did wrong. Tell me why you mad. Tell me whatever. Like, that's the only way to grow. And I feel like guys who do that, that says more about them than it says anything about me, because I'm willing to have a conversation. I'm willing to duke it out. I'm willing to hash it out. But a lot of people do not like confrontation. All confrontation is not bad. All confrontation is not terrible. Sometimes you have to confront things in order to move forward. Like, you absolutely have to. And a lot of times, like, if I'm upset, I don't want to necessarily be around people, but I will have a conversation with you when I cool down. But anyways, I digress. I'm just saying, we got to know our worth. And knowing our worth is going to be the only thing that keeps us from involving ourselves in trash relationships, in trash situationships. It's okay to court for a little bit. It's okay to date for a little bit. But after a certain amount of time, a dude knows if he wants to be serious with you or not. Like, don't allow him to dangle you on a string. Make him... Men and women, y'all need to tie up y'all's loose ends. If you're still wondering if it could have worked out with somebody else, leave me alone. If somebody from your past were to come back to you and you would ghost me or block me because this person came back,
leave me alone.
Like, if you're not just out here in this world working and getting to a bag and all that stuff, and then you meet me and then you ready to date, that's one thing. But if you got some stuff going on in the background, don't even think about it. And sometimes you ain't even got stuff going on in the background, you just not ready to commit. And if that's you, leave me alone. Like, women, know your worth.
Your heart is in my head.